Breaking news energy around the Bronx tonight as the Yankees are suddenly being linked to a potential pitcher deal before spring training even begins. And while nothing is signed yet, the timing and the signals coming out of the front office make this one worth paying very close attention to. This isn't just random noise or social media speculation. This is the kind of pre-spring movement that often tells you a team sees a real need and wants it addressed before camp opens. Fans have been asking when the Yankees would make their next move, and this might be the first real clue that something bigger is lining up. The Yankees being linked to a pre-spring training pitcher deal is significant for several reasons, and the first is urgency. Teams don't usually accelerate talks this late in the offseason unless they feel a clear gap on the roster. For the Yankees, pitching depth has quietly become one of the most important questions heading into the season. On paper, the rotation may look solid, but baseball is never played on paper. Injuries, workload limits, and performance swings are realities every team has to plan for, and the Yankees have lived through the consequences of not having enough pitching depth more than once. That's why these reports matter. Even if a deal isn't finalized today or tomorrow, the fact that the Yankees are being connected to available pitchers tells us the front office is actively scanning the market and weighing options before players report to camp. This isn't panic. It's preparation. The team understands that once spring training starts, leverage changes. Prices go up. Options shrink. Making a move now gives them control over the situation rather than reacting later when circumstances force their hand. What's also interesting is the type of pitcher being discussed in these links. This doesn't appear to be about chasing a headline-grabbing ace at any cost. Instead, the buzz points more toward a reliable arm who can stabilize the staff, eat innings, or provide flexibility depending on how the rotation shapes up. That kind of move might not trend on social media, but inside the organization, it can be just as valuable. A dependable pitcher who can step in when needed can protect the bullpen, reduce stress on young arms, and prevent losing streaks from snowballing. Over a long season, that stability can be the difference between staying in the playoff race and falling behind. The Yankees have learned that lesson the hard way in recent years, and this potential deal looks like a response to that reality rather than a reaction to fan pressure. Another layer to this is timing relative to spring training roles. Bringing in a pitcher before camp opens allows the coaching staff to properly evaluate how he fits into the rotation or bullpen mix. It creates real competition rather than last-minute adjustment. Pitchers get a full spring to work with catchers, learn game plans, and build rhythm instead of being rushed into action. That matters, especially for a team with postseason expectations. It also sends a message to the clubhouse that the organization is serious about covering every angle. Players notice when management is proactive. It builds confidence and sets a tone that nothing is being left to chance. Financially and strategically, a pre-spring training deal can also be a smart play. Teams still holding pitchers at this stage are often motivated sellers, whether that's due to roster crunches, payroll concerns, or long-term planning. The Yankees could be looking to capitalize on that leverage, acquiring an arm without overpaying in prospects or salary. That's how good front offices operate. They wait for the right moment, not just the right name. This kind of deal would also preserve flexibility. It wouldn't necessarily prevent the Yankees from making another move later if the right opportunity presents itself. Instead, it would act as insurance, strengthening the roster while keeping options open. It's important to be clear here and avoid misleading hype. Being linked does not mean a trade is guaranteed. It means conversations are happening. Evaluations are ongoing and interest exists. Baseball deals are fluid. Names change. Circumstances shift. But links like these don't come out of nowhere. They usually surface when multiple sides are at least exploring possibilities. For fans, the takeaway shouldn't be that a blockbuster is imminent, but that the Yankees are actively working the phones. That alone is meaningful. It shows awareness of the roster's vulnerabilities and a willingness to address them before they become problems. There's also a broader context to consider. The Yankees' competitive window is very much open right now. Expectations are high, and the margin for error in the American League is thin. Teams that hesitate often regret it. Adding pitching depth before spring training can help prevent early season struggles that put a team in a hole. April and May games count just as much as September ones, and having enough arms early can keep workloads manageable and performance steady. This potential deal fits that mindset. It's about sustainability, not just star power. From a fan perspective, it's understandable to want a big splash. Everyone loves a massive trade announcement. But baseball success is rarely built on one move alone. It's built on layers: rotation depth, bullpen support, lineup balance, contingency plans. This rumored pitcher deal represents one of those layers. It might not dominate headlines, but it could quietly shape how the season unfolds. If injuries hit, if someone underperforms, or if the schedule gets tough, having another reliable arm could be the difference between staying afloat and scrambling. As spring training approaches, expect the noise to increase. More links, more rumors, more speculation. Some will fade. Some will turn into real moves. Whether this specific pitcher deal happens or not, they're not standing still. They're not waiting for problems to appear. They're trying to solve them in advance. That's what serious contenders do. And if a deal does come together before players report to camp, it will likely be remembered as a quietly important step in setting the tone for the season ahead. Not flashy, not reckless, but intentional. And in a league where depth and durability decide so much, that kind of move can matter more than people realize when the games actually start.